For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In New Bedford, welcome to the Phil Paleologus Show. With updates and breaking news from the WBSM newsroom and on the WBSM app. And your calls and conversation at 508-996-0500. Here he is, New Bedford's #1 talk show host, WBSM's Morning Mayor, Phil Paleologus.
Good morning, welcome. We are excited. New Year's Eve. Love it. Good morning. Did you hear him emphasize the temperature? Here we are, Thursday, December 29th, rounding the corner, heading towards 2023, and look at the temperature here on the South Coast. It is amazing. We have a mild day out there, really mild. It is, well, it's perfect. Thank you for joining us at 8 minutes after 6 o'clock. There's a lot of interesting headlines this morning, but first let me thank you for tuning in. We love waking up with you. And throughout the year, we have appreciated your loyalty. Thank you very, very much as we take a look at some of the top stories around here. And first of all, I just want to say hello to all of those folks over at Melville Tower who have written and said, good morning, Phil. Well, good morning, my loves. Thursday, the 29th, we'll have a day filled with sunshine, mild temperatures. They'll be hovering around, 50 degrees or so. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? It's going to be continued mild tomorrow with the mercury reaching up between 55 and 60 degrees. This would have been a tropical heat wave for the folks down in Boca the other day. We're keeping an eye on the rain headed our way, though, Saturday, putting winter on hold. And I hope that we do catch a quick glimpse of this morning's sunrise. And all I will say is if you are lucky enough to catch it, you will see a very colorful, beautiful sunrise as we welcome you with 35 degrees here. And, it's a time at 10 minutes after 6 o'clock to look at some of the top news stories. Over the entire nation, 2,300 flights already were X'd out and from Southwest Airlines, and it'll probably be another week to bring normalcy. Oh, if that is the case, that's okay, but all of that luggage, can you imagine, folks, the prescriptions and everything that you take with you when you go on a trip, and all of that in the middle of chaos. You know, why the airline didn't allow the passengers to get their luggage back. You know, they started sending it. They wouldn't allow it, first of all, and they started sending at Logan. Some luggage ended up in Detroit, other places. Why didn't they just use common sense? Anyway, there is no update yet, and we will keep, of course, a close eye on that. And speaking of keeping a close eye on things, no word yet, but there is a call for prayers from for former Pope Benedict, and so he is very, very sick. Good morning. We have 11 minutes past the hour, and I know there's a lot of interesting stories around. But this weekend, New Bedford shines. We shine all over the country, and many of us just, we kind of go through it shrugging our shoulders. No, we have ourselves a great event Saturday, the 7th of January, 11:30. Guess who's in town? Guest reader Taylor Schilling, movie star, pride of our local community. And Bob Schilling and family. Yeah, absolutely. The lead reader, the guest reader, Taylor Schilling, of course, for our Moby Dick readathon. And so there you go. That's a big event happening, and we'll keep an eye on that for you. Saturday, I know it's touch and go weather-wise. We'll give you the latest, all right? As we say, it's great to have you with us. On Christmas morning, there was a fire in New Bedford that had displaced 8 people with 4 children, and they are in shelters now, but the temperatures were a lot different than this morning. It was in the teens. You couldn't hardly stand outside. The alarms alerted all the dispatchers to 311 Coffin Avenue. This was at about 6:20 Sunday as the tenants reported smoke billowing out of the 3rd floor and 6 family residents. When firefighters arrived, we hope that 2023 is a much better year for those involved in that. And speaking of a fire, it's making headlines overnight while we were sleeping. But firefighters and rescue workers have gathered at the site of a fire at Cambodia's Grand Diamond City Hotel Casino, and as many as 10 people have died in that fire. It's, again, a hotel casino. It's right on the border of Thailand, and this story is obviously still developing. What can I say? You know what? Can you believe, folks, that with people who have died in Buffalo, for people who, some of them don't have power or whatever it is, maybe the pipes were frozen over or whatever the problem is, you have this group always that bucks the trend, don't we? So here we have some alleged looters, but not alleged idiots, who have been arrested and allegedly, all right, looters who ransacked shops. They're ransacking retail stores in Buffalo, knowing that the officials are out in the field trying to help save people and get things back to normal as soon as possible. And these people are breaking into stores, looting, ransacking. You know, I don't know if they took anything, but they threw everything on the floor, everything. So there's a lot of videos that have emerged on social media showing these heartless thieves ransacking stores, stripping the shelves, and dubbed by the governor there in New York the blizzard of the century, which has so far left about 31 people dead in Erie County. But aside from that, they still want to loot the stores. What do you say about that group?
The local time.
6 o'clock. We have 35 degrees, but I'll tell you what, when you step outside, it doesn't feel like 35 because there's very little wind. It's mild. Absolutely. We'll take this on this 29th day of December, and Southwest Airlines is still in the middle of a mess. Already today, folks, nationwide, 2,300 flights have been canceled, and it's only 6:20.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle this, and whether or not we see a Southwest Air in its original capacity, or whether or not something else will happen. We'll wait and see. That story definitely has legs. But aside from all the feds and everyone else looking into Southwest Airlines, they say it's going to take at least a week before some folks can get their luggage back, all right? And perhaps up to a month. 620, I know it. This is crazy, huh? And it would be just a gross understatement to say that China is ill-prepared for their president's recent and abrupt abandonment of his zero-COVID policy, with a large part of the Chinese population there inadequately vaccinated. And COVID over there is spreading like wildfire across the country. Are you ready for this? More than half the passengers on a China to Italy flight this week tested positive. And leaked notes from official records reveal that as many as 250 million people might have been infected with this virus. It's now leading the widespread workplace absenteeism and a sharp drop in consumer buying and going into stores. In fact, it's even hit the investor confidence in our economy. Obviously, it always does. So this is a huge story that we'll keep an eye on. It's not only their economy, it's our economy. You know, I mean, there's never, ever a good time for a disease to create chaos and strike China as it did. But China is the second largest economy on Earth, folks. The second largest. And until recently, the world's main engine for a lot of growth. But it is particularly a bad time for such an illness, a shock. And we'll keep, as I said, an eye on this. It is going to be very interesting to see what they have to say a little later on today, with the virus expected to spread exponentially at the end of January. So we are keeping that in this side of my mind, and we'll have details coming up throughout the morning. 6:22, and did you have any regrets about 2022? Yeah, all right. I know many of us have lost loved ones, and others, though, you know, maybe started a new business and fared well. So there's always a balance and a mix in life. For those of you who look at 2022 with a tear in your eye, we understand. For others, though, how would you like to take what has been bothering you in 2022 and just take it, write it down on a piece of paper, and throw it into the good riddance garbage can? Huh? Good riddance. Yesterday, visitors, they went to Times Square. They had one thought in mind: destroy those bad memories, all right? Good Riddance Day yesterday in Times Square. Very, very important. So you can say goodbye to your unwanted memories of this past year. And, of course, always look forward with hope. You ever hear of the name Theophilus? Well, in Greek, it's defined as the friend of God. Theo is God. Philos is friend. And so we find that Theophilus London has vanished without a trace. So says his family, who's now pulling out all the stops to lock down his whereabouts. Law enforcement tell TMZ that this very popular hip-hop artist and relatives of his had filed a missing person report with the LAPD, and cops are now investigating. According to the family, the last time that the Trinidad and Tobago-born artist was heard from was in July. So they said they flew into L.A. this week to file the police report. July, how's it go? July, August. What comes after August? September, November.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
The Y is where James first discovered his love for painting. Now it's also where he'll learn the difference between mitosis and meiosis. This school year, many YMCAs are transforming some of their spaces for virtual learning, dedicating staff, and even providing meals. Contact your local Y to learn more. Forever learning. The Y. For a better us.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Remember Nixon saying, "I'm not a crook." Well, almost, but not quite, is the quote from Mr. Santos, I guess Congressman-elect Santos. He said, quote, "I'm not a fraud. I'm not a fake. I didn't materialize from thin air." He goes on to say, "I worked damn hard to get where I got my entire life, and life wasn't easy. It didn't start off easy, and as I've said it many, many times, I come from an abject poverty, and I made some mistakes in life. Everybody does. And I own up to that. And now I want to put this behind me so I can deliver for the American people." What do you think? He needs like a billboard to put in that Good Riddance garbage can, doesn't he?
Why? Why do we ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right? The answer to why defines who we are. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my friends.
For my community.
For my family.
For each other. Because all of this matters. We all have something worth protecting. So why do you see safe? Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
Now, back to the Phil Paleologos Show, presented by the all-new Ford Explorer. Test drive one today at Wareham Ford, 1420 WBSM.
We are also saying bye-bye to loved ones. I reported yesterday the sad news that local attorney Robert Exifaris had passed away, the father of Stella Exifaris Paiva, Susan and Michael, and brother to Jenny Konstantakos. And our thoughts and prayers are with the entire family. If any of you would like the arrangements, the details are that he will be at the Saunders Home for Funerals, and this is the one out in Mattapoisett. Let me go over this. He's from Marion. He was 83 years old and heading home after a very long illness, all right? He was the husband of Margaret Exifaris, born here, and I say this because he was very well liked in this community and served in the Army. Let me tell you this, that the funeral is from Saunders Dwyer in Mattapoisett, all right, in Mattapoisett, and that's happening today. Let's see, we have funeral services that start there, and then they'll be going over to St. George Greek Orthodox Church. Look at this. They have the church located at 87 Ashley Boulevard. Well, there'll be a few patrons who are a little late, won't there be?
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Ashley. Holy mackerel, Ashley Boulevard. So that's the latest there with all the local news that you need. Thank you for joining us. I understand that one of our favorite loyal listeners has the transistor radio up right now. All right. Check and see, Sonny Fuller. Does it say made in Japan? If so, you sure as hell belong with me, the morning mayor. And thank you for tuning in. And most especially, I know you're recuperating, positive thoughts. You know, a prayer now and then always does good, but we hope that you heal and you start feeling better. Sonny has been through open heart surgery, replacement of this and that, and now a new hip and knees. And I just want to thank Donna, who's also a wonderful listener. Donna, love you. Thank you. There has been a lot of news about Sonny, and we just want it to be positive. Sonny Fuller, good morning to you, my dear, dear friend. 6:30. Where's the sun? I don't see the sun.
Not for a while.
They say we're supposed to have a beautiful, picturesque sky at sunrise.
Oh. We'll have to look out for that in however many hours it takes. I'm just counting down the days until it comes in earlier.
Wow, good morning, Kate.
Good morning. A massive fire raging more than 12 hours in a Cambodian hotel casino has killed at least 16 people, with the toll likely to rise. At least 58 people are still unaccounted for following the blaze at the Grand Diamond City Hotel and Casino in Phuket, a city that borders Thailand. Thai media reported dozens of Thai people were trapped in the complex, which is just 4 hours from Bangkok. Cambodian rescuers say calls for help were heard hours after the fire began. Social media videos showed people falling from the roof after apparently being trapped. A firefighter said the massive size of the fire and the complex made it difficult for their water cannons to reach the blaze. More than 2,800 U.S. flights have already been delayed or canceled today, according to the flight status website FlightAware. Once again, Southwest has far and away the most canceled flights at over 2,300, nearly 6 in 10 of its scheduled flights. Other major carriers are applying price caps to limit the financial burden on stranded flyers trying to reach their destinations, as Southwest Airlines' meltdown drags on. Paul Hudson, president of FlyersRights.org, shares his number one right customers should be aware of when flying.
To have a right to get a refund of any ticket where the airline cancels it, regardless of their reason, and regardless of whether the ticket says it's non-refundable or not.
The hardest hit airports are Denver International, Chicago Midway, Las Vegas, Dallas Love Field, Baltimore Washington International, Nashville, Phoenix Sky Harbor, and San Diego International. A travel ban is being lifted in western New York as Buffalo digs out from a massive winter storm. But parts of the state are still dealing with the deadly effects. Officials said Wednesday that the death toll is up to at least 37 after several feet of snow buried the region over the holiday weekend. That number is expected to climb as authorities are going door to door to conduct wellness checks while the cleanup goes on. The U.S. is set to start imposing new restrictions next month on travelers from China due to a surge in COVID-19 cases. NBC's Bree Jackson reports.
Starting January 5th, the U.S. will require proof of a negative COVID test from anyone flying from China, regardless of nationality or vaccination status. This latest travel requirement comes as COVID patients fill up China's emergency rooms.
All air passengers at least 2 years of age originating from China will be required to show a negative COVID test no more than 2 days before their departure. That applies to all air passengers from China, Hong Kong, or Macau, regardless of nationality and vaccination status. Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin says he has a serious, quote, but curable form of cancer. The Maryland lawmaker announced on Wednesday that he was diagnosed with diffuse large B-cell lymphoma and will soon begin chemoimmunotherapy. Raskin said he expects to work while getting treatment on an outpatient basis. A man convicted of being key in a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is being sentenced to prison. Barry Croft Jr. was sentenced to 19 and a half years in prison on Wednesday for plotting to kidnap the governor over her COVID-19 restrictions. The United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights says almost 7,000 civilians have been killed in Russia's war with Ukraine. The UN says almost 11,000 more civilians have been injured. And Tesla stock is down 70% this year as the electric automaker heads towards its worst month, quarter, and year ever. At the beginning of the year, Tesla was valued at $1.1 trillion. As of Wednesday, that's down to $353 billion. In sports, the Bruins scored late in the third period against the Devils in Newark to secure their status as the best team in hockey. The Bees sit atop the league with 59 points. And the Celtics host the Clippers tonight at TD Garden. Now for a look at your local forecast from ABC6.
Grab the sunglasses today, not the short sleeves just yet. We do reach a high of 50 degrees, and it will be breezy this afternoon. Overnight tonight, mid-30s with a mostly clear sky. And for your Friday, sunshine, we nudge it up a couple of degrees, 54 for the afternoon high. Fog rolls in Saturday with rain showers for New Year's Eve. From the ABC6 Weather Center, I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Nick Morganelli on New Bedford's News Talk Station 1420 WBSM.
Right now it is 40 degrees and clear. I'm Kate Robinson for WBSM News. Stay up to date with New Bedford's News Talk Station 1420 WBSM and get breaking news alerts and podcasts with the WBSM app.
Go. Download the WBSM app. New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM. This is the voice of New Bedford.
Good morning as we welcome you to New Year's Eve. All right. Let's take a quick look here at how we can get you rich before the end of the year, because today is the 29th. And that is the 363rd day of 2022. How many days are left? 2. 2 days in the year 2022. The Mega Millions jackpot has jumped up to $640 million after yet another big winner. So this Mega Millions jackpot that grew is going to be an attraction for many people. Friday night is when they draw this huge jackpot. Comes less than 2 months. Do you remember that other jackpot that was just beyond belief? $2 billion. $2 billion in a Powerball game. That is amazing. This is a measly $640 million. I'll have details straight ahead.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app. Disagree with our
restaurant yet? Well, put it in your plans because you're going to be very, very happy. Alianza. It's a wonderful little restaurant, and you know why? Because the owner cares, because the owner loves what she does, because the owner has this thing in her heart called passion to be the very best and to serve the community in that light. That's why Alianza is a favorite of mine. 996-0500. By the way, 2 things. To get to Alianza, go down Route 18, take a left at the wonderful world of clothes washing, and it's right down there on the right. Also, we have some other things going on that I'll tell you about in just a second.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Are you doing anything to save the bees? I was reading that, folks, we are seeing less and less, fewer bees, and that is not, it really is not good.
Get breaking news alerts, stream audio, send us text messages, and get live traffic and weather updates all on the WBSM app. Download it now from your app store or at WBSM.com.
When you trust somebody, You don't feel stressed out. You feel comfortable, especially if you're doing business with somebody that you trust. And you know that passion I was just talking about with Susie at her restaurant? Well, that can be applied, that passion, to any business where the owner finds satisfaction in not only being passionate, in being the very best. And Joe O'Neill at Medicare Help 65 is just that. He has all the Medicare plans to fit your needs, national carriers, 0 monthly premiums, all right, over-the-counter product benefits, eyeglasses, and gym memberships. I promise I will. Next week, I promise. No, I mean that. The gym membership, I will go. She said that I haven't been once this year. Oh, I don't know about that. Anyway, Joe O'Neill has plans that do carry gym memberships and also, by the way, preventative dental care and 0 copay on generic medications. I don't have to tell you how confusing the government makes everything. And Medicare is no exception, right? You're reading this stuff, and how long did it take you to put it down and say, I'm not even understanding this? Well, if you're looking for a plan, may I say that, well, first of all, they do Blue Cross Rhode Island, they do Aetna, they do Tufts, United Healthcare, Fallon. Joe O'Neill at Medicare Help 65, he has all the Medicare plans for you. And so, seniors, if you're inundated and confused by what the government is sending out and telling you what to do within that window, you know what? Thank goodness we have Joe O'Neill to make sure that we have an easy ride of this. Conveniently located at 375 Rockdale Avenue. You can contact Joe at 774-526-0014. And let me tell you, he is a wonderful, straightforward, honest man.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and then the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. I think the reality just hit me, and it kind of hit me all at once. I had started to cry, and her doctor came in, Dr. Brennan came in, and just didn't even say anything, sat down beside me, and hugged me and held me while I was literally sobbing. And she just said, it's going to be okay. We don't have to worry anymore. The treatment worked, and we've saved her eye. This place has been such a blessing for us. There's no way we could have paid for treatment back home if we had to. We can come here and we can just solely focus on taking care of her and helping her heal.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
It is to Elton John. Love, Benny and the Jets.
Hey, kid, hey, look together, fall like didn't something nothing on the chain weather. But a California call tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid balls of sound. Say, can you probably haven't seen them yet? Ooh, but so fade down.
Tell us. Yes, Elton John. It really is a pleasure to be alongside you. Where are we, in the car? You're all strapped in. You're looking good. Let me put my seatbelt on, and away we go. It's intermission time.
WBSM app.
Our workforce needs work. I'm Holly Robinson Pete. Many of you might not know this, but my 22-year-old son has autism.
So do I. My name is Kevin Valdez, and my intellectual difference makes me the passionate actor that I am.
And I'm Mackenzie Cohen, a Paralympian with a developmental difference. Did you know that 97% of HR professionals say that employees with disabilities perform the same or better than their peers without disabilities? Yet still, the differently abled face so many employment challenges in this country.
It is time we start building a workforce that works for all. A workforce that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable for those with intellectual differences.
And for those with developmental differences, too.
A workforce that recognizes that our greatest strengths lie in our differences.
It is time we hire inclusively.
Join us, Delivering Jobs and the SHRM Foundation, in creating pathways to 1 million jobs and leadership opportunities. Please visit deliveringjobs.org.
Every trick in the book, with every step that you take, everywhere that you look, just look and you'll find. I'll try to get to your soul, I'll try to get to your mind.
Sayonara, farewell, how else you want? Arrivederci, right? Adio. How about, I don't know how you say, bye-bye, toodaloo. 2023, come on over. These holidays on the weekend, it poses well, not a problem, but you know that Monday is going to be the day that workers get the day off. So Harvey Waste and Recycling wants all the New Bedford residents to know that they'll be observing the New Year's holiday on Monday, December 26th. I'm sorry, the 2nd of January. The 26th was for Christmas. So all residents are asked. They will be delayed one day. The residential trash pickup in the city will be delayed again during those weeks. And the surrounding cities and towns, you are on the regular pickup schedule. You don't have to do anything. And Harvey Waste and Recycling wants everyone to have a healthy and a happy 2023.
Every trick in the book, with every step that you take, everywhere that you look, just look and you'll find. I'll try to get to your soul, I'll try to get to your mind. 'Cause I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna make you mine. Make you mine. I'm gonna make you mine. Baby, I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna make you mine.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
6:52. The coffee's all right? Okay. I want to congratulate somebody locally, but first, I unintentionally did not give the time for Robert Exaferis's funeral at St. George Greek Orthodox Church at 11 a.m. this morning. Okay. The other thing I noticed in the obit is that they put the church on Ashley Boulevard. That would have been okay, 30 years ago.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Don't give up. Don't stop. Especially when it comes to believing. So easy to get thrown off track. Don't let the wolves do it to you. And we are congratulating for her national championship and for all of the work that she has done since she was a kid. How many of you are familiar with Jocelyn Saber's life from Fairhaven? Huh? She tried hard all of her life, and now this wonderful young lady has been selected as this year's captain of the Boston Celtics cheering. Don't forget, very important meeting at the Cape Verdean Veterans Hall on Purchase Street, 4 o'clock this afternoon to 7 o'clock. If you have any questions about the area that's going to be beautiful in a little while, but I'm talking about Tabor's Wharf. That's the estate pier redevelopment that's going to include a lot of beautiful additions. They're going to have retail stores, restaurants, the seafood auction. It's going to go there. Boats will be able to come in. It's going to be fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. What an improvement to our harbor, our city, and hopefully maybe even tourism. You never know, right? Anyway, that's happening. The Moby Dick Readathon is happening Saturday, 11 o'clock with movie star Taylor Schilling. That's going to be exciting. And finally, this hour, 4 minutes before 7 o'clock yesterday, I was chatting with Buddy Andrade, who told me not only about today's meeting, 4 to 7 o'clock at the Verdean's Veterans Hall, but also he told me Your Father's Mustache, which is one of the most popular boutique hair salons or hair stylists. They offer everything: hair smoothing. It's a cozy little place. It's called the Cozy Crib on Purchase Street, Old Street barber shops, and like they were in the olden days. The sad news is they have announced that they are going to be closing down. So Your Father's Mustache, one of the area's most popular, is closing down. That's a very sad note. As we grow older, I don't know, maybe we realize different things in a different perspective. Wink, wink. And I was noticing yesterday, there are some of us who just don't age at all. I was mentioning Celeste, but have any of you seen Paula Abdul lately? Year yet for you. Let the day begin, caller. What are we going to begin with?
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
Oh, what a beautiful sunrise.
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, you see?
Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm looking out right now.
Oh, my goodness. But up in the air, like from my bedroom upstairs, it's even more gorgeous.
Oh, describe
Yeah.
it. Describe it.
It's in, like, strips. It's like pink and then blue and then pink and then blue. Oh, it's beautiful.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm glad you
So-
appreciate it. That is so awesome. Have any plans for New Year's Eve?
Not at all.
Why?
Stay home, stay safe,
Yeah.
stay not sick.
No, I agree.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.